Yeah, what up, blow YouTube? It's your boy, One of Them Ones. And the first fight card I got for you this weekend is taking place at the York Hall in Bethnal Green. And it's been put on by Lee Eaton's MTK Global. And we got Ryan Walsh, who's 23-2-2. He's fighting Lewis Pauline, who's 12-0 for the British featherweight title. Alright. So next up we move over to the Pechenga Resort and Casino in Cali. This one's put on by Bob Arum's Top Rank and it's going to be shown on ESPN. So the main event of this one's Richard Comey, who's 28-2-0. He's fighting Ray Beltran, and Comey's put his IBF title on the line. Sorry, Beltran's 36-8-1, and as I just mentioned, Comey's putting his IBF title on the line. On the undercard, we've got Carlos Adams, who's 17-0, and he's fighting Patrick Day, who's 17-2-1. That's for the WBO NABO Super Welterweight title. Alright. Next up, taking place at the NRG Arena in Houston, Texas. Of course, it's put on by Tom Brown's TGB Promotions, and this one's going to be broadcasted on Showtime. It features Jamal Charlo, who's 28-0, versus Brandon Adams, 21-2-0. This one's for the WBC World Middleweight title. But on the undercard, we've got Erickson Lubin, who's 21-0, versus Zakaria Atui, who's 29-6-2. But sneaking through on the undercard as well, don't think I didn't see you, Marcellus Wilder, who's 3-1-0. He's going up against a guy called, what's his name, Tyler Vogel. I don't know if I've pronounced that right, but I don't think this fight is going to be part of the broadcast, just in case Marcellus doesn't fit the narrative. Next up, we head over to the Dunkin' Donuts Center in Rhode Island, and this is a hometown fight for Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, who's 27-0. He's fighting Marseille Selecki, who's 28-1-0. And I want to big up Fuller Sports, who informs me that Boo Boo means little brother in Cape Verdean. So big up. But on the undercard, we've got Khalid Yafei, who's 25-0. He's the WBA champion. He's putting his title on the line against Norberto Jimenez, who's 29-8-4. Now this card is put together by Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing. Matter of fact, Eddie Hearn's got a lot of fight cards going on, you know. He's also got an Italian fight card as well that's taking place this weekend. But we'll get into that in a second. It's going to be broadcasted in Latin America on Canal Space. And in the UK, it's going to be on Sky Sports Action. In the US, it's DAZN. So as I was just mentioning before, we've got another Matchroom card this weekend. This time it takes place in Allianz Cloud in Milan, Italy. And it features Francesco Patera versus Paul Hyland Jr. And they're fighting for the EBU European Lightweight title. Patera is 21-3-0. Paul Hyland Jr. is 21-0. We've also got Danielle Scardina. I remember her from the last time she fought on DAZN. The only other person I remember talking about Danielle Scardina is Mr. Doc. But I think that was just incidental. He just flipped on DAZN and she happened to be fighting. Anyway, Alessandro Gotti, 35-4-1. They're going to be fighting for the IBF International Super Middleweight title in the Women's League. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this weekend, man. Let us know what your thoughts and comments are below. And I'm out of here.
Yo, listen. Stepped outside and she was walking by. Usually zoned out, but she caught my eye. My eyes looking at them thighs and then she looked surprised. She said, "You're all the same." I replied, "I ain't surprised." With them looks, mama do 180s like left hooks connected. Like bodies in bed when the set's good. Interested, yeah, I see you are, but what to do about this? Put your name and number down in cup in different outfits. In the hours flying through the day, forgot that part of it. Receive a text from her asking me about some bars and shit locally from where she see me earlier. I sent a couple. Didn't hear from her 2 hours later, feeling subtle vibrations in my pocket. See her name pop up on my phone, telling me that she's local. I turned up, had a couple drinks, all social. Now she wants to calm mine, but she keeps telling me she ain't easy. Nah, she ain't easy. Nah, she ain't easy. She said that I don't know why. What did I go and do? Oh my, she ain't easy. She said that I don't know why. What did I go and do? Oh my. Listen. Came to the yard after, continue conversation, background music, rubber glass bar, Guinness on the side, Piff, Rizzler and tobacco. As the eyes got red, we reduce upon the chatter, feel upon each other, got a wet and sticky Fanta fruit twist like drips when they land upon the covers. Got the rubber rubbed it in until it fitted well, playing with the taps until below the liquid.